Welcome back everybody, this is GBE and thank you for joining me for another movie review. Today I'm going to be talking about Justice League. It hit cinemas across the world today, so I'm going to talk about it. First half of the video it's going to be spoiler free, just my general thoughts, and then the last few minutes I'm going to get into some specific details that I like and possibly dislike. So if you haven't seen the movie, check out the first half. Go out to your local cinema, purchase your tickets, your popcorn, sit down, watch this movie, then come back and finish watching the review. So with that out of the way, let's get right into it. Off the bat, I gotta let you guys know I dug this movie. I really dug this movie. But before we get into the positives, let's get the negative stuff out of the way, at least as far as non-spoilers go. The first 25 to 30 minutes is them rushing to put the league together. Even though they're rushing to put the league together and introduce some of the characters we haven't met, it feels like it's dragging. I know it's a weird thing to say that they're rushing, but it's dragging at the same time, but that's how I felt. It's not till we get to the first big battle sequence that involves the entire league that this movie picks up. But after that, there's very little to dislike from this movie, and the dynamic between the league, their interactions, their discussions, their agreements, their disagreements was handled perfectly, and it just makes you want to see more of the league as individuals and more as the league as a group. I do have to say that probably Aquaman is the weak link. There wasn't really much that I liked about him. There wasn't a whole lot that I disliked either, but it's not till the final battle sequence and some of the stuff you already seen in the latest trailer that I'm thinking to myself, oh, okay, this guy's got a little something, so let's see what he brings in his next movie. Barry Allen, played by Ezra Miller, is the comedic relief, and at times it borderlines on corny cheesiness, but they manage to pull it back just enough to where it works, and it's funny, and it's not distracting, and it doesn't feel out of place. Once again, I gotta say, Wonder Woman was the clear standout, even when she's just monologuing or having a discussion with Bruce, aka Batman. It just works. It just really works, and all her action sequences are awesome. I'm sure you'll agree with me once you get to check out how she is used, how she fights, and everything that comes along with her character. Secondly, I really enjoyed Bruce and everything he brought to the table, him trying to bring the league together, and even some of the action sequences were pretty cool involving him and all this tech. Thirdly, I have to mention the score. I really enjoyed the way they used the score. I'm not gonna get into specifics how they use it because, you know, those are more specific and spoiler-rific type scenes, but I really enjoyed the score. The mix of the old scores with the new was really awesome, and it blended in perfect with the scenes that we were watching. So that's all for the spoiler-free review. I think I'm going to jump into the spoiler stuff because there's a couple of things that I want to mention. So here you go, 5 seconds. Alright, thank you. For those of you who have seen the movie, let's get into some specific spoiler talk. And the first thing I have to mention is another of my big negatives, which is Steppenwolf. We first get to see him where he drops out of the mother box portal from I don't know where. He's exiled. He's calling the mother box mother. Okay, that's weird. Why? We get no explanation, no backstory, no nothing. He just drops out of nowhere. He's got his parademons, and there you go. Well, there is that little sequence where Diana's explaining who he is to Bruce Wayne and all that, and that was pretty cool to see. But the best part of all that is that we got the confirmation of the Green Lanterns. We get to see a Green Lantern jump into action and then quickly die. But still, just to see Green Lantern in the DCU was pretty cool to me anyway. But yeah, Steppenwolf is pretty weak. His whole background, all his motivations, everything. But the weakest part about him has to be his dialogue. It was so cheesy. It was supposed to be menacing and scary, I think, but it came off as didn't really work for me at all. I did enjoy his battle sequences and when he fought the Amazonians and when he fought the Justice League individually and as a group. That really worked. At least that really worked until Superman shows up and he punches him, and that's pretty much a wrap. And that's another minor negative in the final battle sequence when Batman shows up. And not Batman, Superman, excuse me, and he punches Steppenwolf. It really takes the drama out of, the outcome of the battle. But, before up to that point, everything was cool, and especially to see Batman fly in there and take out the towers and the shields and everything. And that's one of the moments I'm talking about where the score was fit in there perfectly, like a hand to the glove. It was awesome to hear that old Danny Elfman score, and that really worked for me. So let's talk about the biggest or the worst kept secret of all. Superman is in Justice League. I kind of like the way that they discussed the pros and cons of bringing him back, because they weren't sure if he was going to be the Clark they all remembered, or he was going to be some crazed, superpowered being hell-bent on destroying everything because of his confusion or his state of being revived. And I like that whole conversation, and Wonder Woman being against it and Batman being for it. And I like that whole dynamic, how that conversation went down. And after they revive him using the Kryptonian ship with the chamber and the liquid and of course the mother box, and he comes back to life and he fights the Justice League. That was really fun to see, especially when he engages with Wonder Woman and she goes to do her power move and he grabs her arms and separates them, and then he headbutts her. She stumbles. She headbutts him back. Boom. That was pretty cool to see, and it really gives you a scale of what Wonder Woman's powers and abilities are. So that was really fun to see. I think that's gonna be it, guys. For now, I'm gonna wrap it up. I just really like this movie. I'm excited for what's to come next. I really want to see Justice League 2, and we got a little bit of a hint in the second post-credit scene. We're gonna see something like the Injustice or whatever the band of villains is called. I think it's called the Injustice, right, Eric?
Sure.
The Injustice League. That's gonna be really fun to see, and I really can't wait to the sequel of this movie. It's not even on the schedule right now for Warner Brothers. The next movies we're getting is Aquaman, and I think I don't even know what's the next one. Oh, Wonder Woman in 2019. Those are the next ones. But I can't wait to see the team come back together, to see them all in action once again, because I really enjoyed and had fun with this movie. If I had to give it a rating for now, I would probably give it an 8.2. It's a whole lot of fun. It's not perfect. It has its flaws, but it's still very, very enjoyable. Alright guys, that's it. So if you like this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you get alerts. We got Coco coming up. We got a Wonder review coming up. We got a couple unboxings. And Eric is going to start his 25 Days of Christmas pretty soon. That's all around the corner. So make sure you're subscribed and ready for all that. For now, this is GB saying